It's Reezy Reason, owner of the Reason Sports Network, reporting live at the Reason Sports Center. And today, the defending Super Bowl champs, the Las Vegas Raiders, are flying to Los Angeles, California to play against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Raiders are coming off a great year in 2020 where they went undefeated 20-0, won the Super Bowl, and arguably had the greatest offense in NFL history. They lost their offensive coordinator, so their offense is now led by first-year coach Bryce Vitre. It's crazy to think that Bryce Vitre is now a coach in the NFL when he won the MVP just 2 seasons ago. Last week, I linked up with Bryce and Raiders quarterback DeMarcus Williams. I was in Las Vegas covering a high school football game, and here's pretty much how the whole day went down. First thing I did was call an Uber. I'm going to meet up with the Raiders offensive coordinator Bryce Vitre, and he's one of my good friends, definitely a future Pro Football Hall of Famer, and I kept telling him about this kid LaRon Dimes and how great he's going to be. So we agreed that we'll meet up at the game. I had the Uber pick me up and drop me off right in front of Bryce's house. And surprisingly, Bryce lives right in front of the Raiders stadium, so when he has to go to games, all he has to do is get out and walk. My Uber driver was very nice. I loved the experience, so I had to slap him that little tip. So as soon as I got out the car, I would end up walking to Bryce's house, and we would talk a bit about football, what's going on this season, the Raiders offense, just a little things here and there. We would be on our way to Bishop Gorman High School to see this game that is highly anticipated in this area. Bryce told me that his quarterback DeMarcus Williams, the reigning NFL MVP, the best quarterback in the game, and the reigning Super Bowl MVP, would be at the game, so we waited until DeMarcus arrived. DeMarcus is such a celebrity in the city of Las Vegas that he doesn't even live in the city. This dude is so rich that he bought an old military base, converted it to his estate, and then hired some old veterans as security for his estate. DeMarcus told me that he wasn't even done building his estate. He just said he got a little mansion right now. He's building some more stuff to go with it. And the concept of little mansion is insane to me. But DeMarcus would be on his way to Bishop Gorman High School to see this game. And I know all the kids at this game, soon as they would see DeMarcus, they going crazy because he's a superstar in this city. But soon as he touched down, I saw him talking with his coach Bryce Vitre, and it's crazy. The whole concept of Bryce Vitre being his coach is insane to me, considering these guys played against each other in the Super Bowl last year. I also talked a lot with Bryce and DeMarcus when I was in Canton, Ohio at the Pro Football Hall of Fame ceremony. It was Bryce's first time ever coaching in a football game, and I will say that Raiders offense looked better than it did last season, and that's crazy. Bryce told me this offense is going to be completely balanced. They'll have a great run game and a great pass game. They'll just be a lot more efficient than they were last year, and that's even crazy to think about because they were extremely efficient last year. Even though Bryce is coaching the offense, the straw that stirs the drink is MVP quarterback DeMarcus Williams. Before the Hall of Fame game, I did a breakdown on DeMarcus Williams and his legacy in the NFL so far. Sweet. DeMarcus Williams, hands down the best quarterback in the game right now. If DeMarcus retired today, he would be a Hall of Famer, and he was drafted 6 years ago. Just take a look at his resume. Already 4 MVPs, 4-time first-team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, and a Super Bowl champ. He also made it to the Super Bowl the year before. Took his team there back-to-back seasons. Last year, he got his first ring. Not to mention, he's also 100% a college football Hall of Famer. DeMarcus Williams was also a huge part of the reason why Bryce Vitre is now the offensive coordinator. DeMarcus known Bryce for a long time, and they also share similar offensive ideologies. After the Raiders lost their offensive coordinator to a head coaching job, DeMarcus insisted that Bryce would become their offensive coordinator. Before traveling to the game, Bryce and DeMarcus arrived at the Las Vegas airport. Bryce's fit was chill, little V-neck, some black pants and some Jordan 4s, while DeMarcus showed up to the airport in some cement 4s, some black shorts with the Amiri shirt. They got the jet ready to go, and now it's time to go from Vegas to LA. Coach Bryce is here for his debut. Now, even though this is a loud environment with a lot of Chargers fans, you already know the Raiders run LA. And a lot of people criticize the Raiders for hiring Bryce over the offseason. Bryce is ready to prove him wrong. On the first play of Bryce's coaching career, they hand it off, keep it on the ground with Kyle Smith, and he runs right up the middle. First down conversion. Bryce gives DeMarcus full autonomy over the offense. So he checks out of the play that he was called for, dumps it off to Kyle Smith, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. After an incompletion, it'll be 3rd down and 6. Empty backfield coming for the Raiders. Williams drops back. Man coverage, so he takes off. Now he's in the open field, makes a guy miss. Makes another man miss. Now he's still in the open field. Got towards the 20-yard line where he slides. If you look at his MVP stats for last season, 6,600 yards, 67 touchdowns, that's amazing. And you know Bryce loves what he's seeing. The quarterback made him right even though he was wrong. 1st and 10, 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. They would send Kyle Smith in motion. Williams gets a little trigger shy, so he ends up extending the play and throws a dime on the sideline to John Oliver, the 1st-round pick out of Virginia Tech. 2nd down and inches. They send Kyle Smith in motion again. Williams drops back, dumps it off to the tight end, Jolly. Jolly makes a man miss, and he gets into the end zone. 1st touchdown of the game. 1st touchdown of Bryce Vitre's coaching career. But the Chargers will respond back. The score is 7-7 now. And on 2nd down and 8, Bryce Vitre calls an option, and DeMarcus Williams has the ball, makes a man miss, got the 1st down. That was a nasty cut right there by number 11. Now, on the original play, the concept was post corners, but DeMarcus must have not liked what he saw, so he ends up making an audible at the line of scrimmage. He sees 2 man, so that gives him the cue to take off, because it's a whole lot of space. DeMarcus Williams in the open field made a miss again, and he intelligently slides on the play. First off, great protection by the Raiders offensive line. The Chargers rushed 4. They got no pressure on him. Williams saw that it was man coverage downfield. He took off, and it's a big play. Gotta give credit to that O-line right there. DeMarcus once again doesn't like what he sees, so he makes an audible. Pre-snap, the Chargers are showing single high, middle field closed. Chargers drop back into cover 3, but for some reason they left Charlie Jolly wide open. Let him get behind the defense. That's a great job by DeMarcus Williams of letting the ball rip. Soon as he saw Charlie Jolly get a step behind that defense, he put it right on the money. The Raiders get the ball back up 14-7. Deep in their own territory, Williams drops back, starting to scramble. Decides to dump it off to Smith. Smith has the 1st down and a lot more. Makes a cut inside. Ends up getting tackled around the 25-yard line. The Raiders are running a hurry-up offense as they get to the line extremely fast. Dumps it off to Kyle Smith on the slip screen. Ran by 1 linebacker and dropped another dude. The Raiders are cooking with grease on this drive. I wonder what offensive coordinator Bryce Vitre is about to run right here, because this is his 1st time coaching, so we really don't have a book on him and what he does. 1st and 10. 4-man rush. Williams has time. Goes deep. Puts it on the money. Zyrus, 1st big play of the ball game. It's the 1st quarter. DeMarcus Williams already has 3 passing touchdowns, 7 for 8, 152 passing yards, and the defense got an interception right as the 1st quarter was ending, so the Raiders will have the ball right as the 2nd quarter starts. Play action. Williams with a whole bunch of time. Delayed blitz though, trying to run from the backer, and he ends up going down on the ground. And that is not something that Bryce Vitre likes. You see him chewing out his quarterback from the sideline. That is just not a good play right there from DeMarcus Williams. He ran right into the pressure, and the Raiders are now in a bad spot offensively. They had the chance to really put the game away on this drive, but they could be giving the ball right back to the Chargers. Bryce was not happy at all. 2nd down and 30. Right here, I think the smart thing to do is just try to get some of the yardage back. 4-man rush, a bunch of time. Williams throws it right down the middle of the field. What an adjustment by Brian Brown, Mr. Irrelevant from Texas A&M. A subscriber to the channel. This is a great play call, and it doesn't really work if the protection isn't great. Chargers drop back into cover 2. That 9 route down the sideline allows the safety just to hesitate for a little bit, leaving Brian Brown open down the middle of the field. That's a great play calling, great execution. 1st down and goal. Williams keeps it on the option. Tries to juke out the safety, but the safety does a nice job of tackling him in the open field. 2nd down and goal. Shotgun once again. Williams hands it off to Smith, and Smith walks into the end zone. The 4th touchdown of the 1st half, and the Raiders get the ball back, up 28-7. But Williams makes an audible at the line of scrimmage. Drops back with a whole bunch of time. Goes deep. Drops it in the bucket to Zyrus once again, and Zyrus, his 2nd huge play of this game. DeMarcus Williams with his 4th touchdown pass of this game. 9 for 10, 267 passing yards. This Raiders offense has been almost unstoppable. Well, not almost, because they've gotten the ball 5 times and they scored 5 different touchdowns. The Chargers did a good job of responding, but they only got 3 points on the board. You're not competing with the Raiders if you can only put up 3 and they're putting up 7. First down and 10, they originally had a screen. Williams makes an audible, drops back, 3-man rush, has time. He's scrambling, but it's a spot, but he ends up juking out the spot. Now Williams in the open field got past the 50, another juke. DeMarcus Williams showing off the legs and the arm today. First and 10, 1:42 left. Smith breaks the first tackle, but he ends up tripping over his own feet and he loses 12 yards on the play. You already know Bryce wasn't happy about that. He says positive yardage only, but the running back tries to do too much and he ends up losing 12 yards and they're probably going to have to burn a timeout. That whole play, that whole sequence just threw a wrench in what Bryce Vitre was trying to do on this drive. The Raiders decide not to call a timeout. It'd be second down and 22 and the left tackle decides not to block, so DeMarcus Williams goes down. Third down and 30 and Bryce is chewing out the offensive line. You cannot let your quarterback get hit like that. That's unacceptable. Third down and 30 though. What's insane is that the Raiders have only had 1 third down attempt this entire game. The Raiders run 4 verts, the Chargers play 2-man, and that gives DeMarcus a lot of space to run. Can he get to the first down marker? Made a miss. Can he get there? 4th down and inches. Despite taking that ugly sack earlier, DeMarcus has 9 carries, 128 yards, 14 yards per carry. That's insane. The Raiders decide to go for it on 4th down and inches. Williams doesn't like what he sees, so he makes an adjustment at the line of scrimmage. Less than a minute left to go in the half. Williams drops back. They're playing man coverage. He decides to scramble. Can he get there? Trying to run from the defensive end. Ends up getting the first down. But unfortunately for the Raiders, DeMarcus is hurt. And that's a problem that they're going to have to deal with later. Right now, Bryce just has to focus on calling the right plays to get the ball in the end zone before the first half ends. He won't have his star quarterback on this drive, so he better call up something good. There's been plenty of times throughout this game where DeMarcus Williams has made Bryce Vitre look like an unbelievable coach. When the play call is bad, DeMarcus makes it look good. 44 seconds left on first down and 10. They keep it on the ground with Kyle Smith, and he ends up getting swallowed up. Only got 4 yards on the play. Second and 6, they hand it off to Kyle Smith once again. He finds the lane, stays on his feet. Kyle Smith gets into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders right before the half. They put up 42 points in the first half with a rookie offensive coordinator that's never coached in a game in his life. And this was a great run by Kyle Smith. The Chargers they fumbled the ball at the start of the third quarter, so they gave the ball back to the Raiders, and DeMarcus is back in the game. First play, he takes a shot and puts it on the money to Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams has been pretty quiet in this ball game. Even though he's one of the Raiders' 2 all-pro wide receivers, he got his first touchdown of the season right there. And you already know Bryce is happy. The play was executed tremendously. The ball was put right there on the money. A deep shot from the pocket does not get any better than that. It's like soon as he drops back, ball comes out and it's dropped right in the bucket. All Kyle Williams had to do was stick his hands out there and it's a touchdown. Up 48-10, and this game has gotten away from the Chargers so quickly. Second down and 7, Williams drops back. They get a little bit of pressure, doesn't like what he sees, dumps it off to Kyle Smith. He gets the first down and a lot more. And Kyle Smith is just showing off his versatility. He's a great receiver and he's a great running back. 5 catches, 43 yards in this game. Second down and 8. Williams with time throws it down the middle of the field. What a dime to John Oliver. The first round pick out of Virginia Tech makes his first touchdown. And you know Bryce is excited because that's a guy that he wanted on his team. He begged them to draft John Oliver because he has the burners to get behind a defense at any time. Look at that. Just stretching the defense. It's nothing that the safeties can do. When you got a quarterback that accurate with that big of an arm, what a throw, what a catch. He dropped it in perfectly as both ends were actually getting pressure on him at the time. I'm not gonna lie, the Raiders coaching staff is extremely disrespectful. They're up 55-17 and you still got your starters in the game? That's crazy. If they throw the ball one time, then you know they just trying to run up them stats. Second down and 6, they hand the ball off to Kyle Smith. Oh, what a block right there. Kyle Smith still on his feet. Ends up getting tackled around the 40-yard line. 29-yard carry on the play. They gave it to him on the counter. The wide receiver, Vitre, put that corner straight on his back. I don't know why he didn't make that block right there. If he would have made that block, it would have been a touchdown. Second down and 9. With time winding down in the third quarter, DeMarcus Williams makes an audible at the line of scrimmage. Makes another audible. Williams drops back. Decides to go deep. On the money, Kyle Williams, his second touchdown of the game. Obviously padding the stats right there, trying to show off. Great eye discipline right here from DeMarcus. Looking towards the left, looking towards the right, ball comes out, dropped right in the bucket. That corner didn't know what he was looking at. And that's going to be the end of the ball game. DeMarcus Williams, 509 total yards with 7 touchdowns in his season debut. It's looking like he's trying to repeat for MVP. DeMarcus Williams, 14 for 15, 380 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 carries with 129 rushing yards. The final score from Inglewood, California, the Raiders 69, the Chargers 24. Now these guys averaged 50 points per game last season, and I thought that was outrageous. But putting up 70 in week 1 with a balanced, efficient offense from what I seen, it can get scary. The Raiders might win another Super Bowl. That offense is dead. And I really like what I saw from Bryce Vitre. He wasn't scared to criticize his players, called nice plays, had a decent game plan. Even when his quarterback got hurt, he still put points on the board. That's how you supposed to run an offense. If y'all are new to this channel, anybody with a period next to their name means that they are a subscriber to the channel, and anybody with an apostrophe next to their name means that they are a Patreon member. You see, DeMarcus Williams had the crazy stats today. He went off running the ball. Kyle Smith went off. The third running back went off. They all went crazy. And that just goes to show you how bad the Chargers defense is, or it might show you how great the Raiders offense is. Receiving, Kyle Smith had 5 for 43, Charlie Jolly 2 for 42, 2 touchdowns. Kyle Williams 2 for 66, 2 touchdowns. Zyres 2 for 135, 2 touchdowns. John Oliver 2 for 51, 1 touchdown. Man, these guys had big plays today. Brian Brown unfortunately got hurt in this game. He was Mr. Irrelevant in the draft, and he was injured. He's going to be out for probably about 9 weeks. Raiders still put up 660 yards of total offense. They went crazy on the ground, 280 yards on the ground, passing 380. That's insane stats right there. That just shows you the well-balanced offense that they had. But anyways, it's Reezy, owner of the Reason Sports Network. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all comment on the video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And make sure you click on the post notification bell too. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. If you want to see the #1 middle linebacker in the NFL dominate in his season debut, then click this video right here.